How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the Cosmic Ray channel. I'm your host, Cosmic Ray. I actually was not going to submit this video that you're about to see until probably like the end of this week or the next week, if you will. However, it was weird. Right when I was about to send it, I was like, you know what? Let me hold off. However, I should have just trust my instinct and just sent that video out or submitted that video out on YouTube because one of our fellow cosmic surfers, I would believe so. John Johnson, thank you so much for commenting on some of my latest videos. If anyone has not seen this, please check out one of my videos, Can You See Them? When I talk about vibrational entities, what I like to deem as the outline people. John Johnson has very great information, insightful information, profound information. So if you have not seen the comments on that, you can look at our banter back and forth of me and myself commenting back with this individual and this other fellow cosmic surfer. So thank you. Also, John Johnson also commented on the new video about what I call Storytime with Cosmic Ray regarding the AI or even the empty soulless bodies or shells. Also insightful information on there too. Normally I don't do like this type of like video first and then send another video or have like another video out, or I'm gonna have to intertwine this or connect this, but I felt that this was very important, and it was just one of those, as this individual or fellow surfer commented. So this is very weird. John, right now, I'm actually seeing them right now. So this is very odd. So maybe this is one of those I should be commenting or saying something right now. But usually I don't do this type of thing where like I record something and then have to connect it to another video. I like to kind of do like a one take kind of thing and not try to like connect more than one video together to loop it. But I felt that I was even going to send that video out regarding regarding this video that you guys are about to see here, about my other binary synchronicities, and so I just wanted to say thank you, so that I felt inspired now to go ahead and send this video out, given the fact that with your comment, if anyone has not seen that yet, please, like I said, go check out those videos about the comments at least, to be able to understand why I am commenting this specific way. So John Johnson, thank you so much, my fellow cosmic surfer, part of our cosmic family, and just wanted to say thank you. And it's good to know that we're not all going crazy, that some of us are being somewhat blessed, if you will, or be able to actually at least just be able to say again understanding of what's going on in this, I guess, crazy world, or is what you and I have known as the simulated world. And I know it can be kind of scary, so I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for commenting, and yes, so I hope everyone likes this video. And like I said before, there are other videos that are going to be about simulated theories that can show you very good, like, positive visuals if you need to be a visual person, because I know right at the present time I'm not delivering those type of visuals. I just like to deliver a different kind of message. So thank you all. I hope you enjoy. Peace. Have a wonderful day. How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the Cosmic Ray channel. I am your host, Cosmic Ray. Today, or tonight, I really want to talk about something that's been going on. I don't know if I'm going to put this in the Storytime with Cosmic Ray. I'm not exactly sure. But this is more of like a real story. So I mean, just like all my Storytime with Cosmic Rays, they're all true stories that deal with myself and or certain dreams I've had, that I like to share with you guys, that always feel so effing real. And some of those stories are actually real. I mean, real life, not just my dreams that were real that I'm telling you that happened. None of these are made up. However, I would like to talk about something that's happened to me lately, the past week. Oh, actually, no, I know that's a lie, actually. This has been going on for me in the past maybe a month and a half is when I actually started to realize what's going on. That I've been getting, I've already told you guys about synchronicities, with number synchronicities of life. It's just a way of your spirit or higher self or the world, universe, collective conscious, God, if you will, if you believe in God, or the what I call the higher self, or even the source creation energy, or the universe. Also, too, your spirit guides, spirit animals, angels, I also believe that entities, even people that passed, to even, if you believe this, the interdimensional, outer dimensional entities, even the what I call outline people will do this, where they show you synchronicities of life, and it's to kind of keep a lookout. Once you start doing that, you may start noticing what you're thinking, and you may check some random number. It could be a clock. I always like to go with clock because usually it's always something people always checking their phone, checking their times, or maybe they have a watch. Do people carry watches? Just kidding. Or just numbers. Maybe you might be driving, you may see something, you're in the subway, or you may see these numbers that just constantly keep going, right? Or maybe you're at work, you keep seeing these numbers, maybe checking your balance, it always happens to be this. Maybe you're at the cash register, and for whatever reason, you're getting, the change amount, or the cost may be a certain synchronistic number, whatever that means to you. Now, of course, you can always Google spiritual numbers, or spiritual meanings behind numbers, or spiritual meaning behind whatever number, However, what I want to talk about is binary synchronicities. Son of a bee, this has been happening to me a lot lately, and it's been screwing with me, and I've been trying to figure out many different reasons why I've been getting these. And of course, if you already don't know, binary synchronicities, or binary code, is ones and zeros. Everyone feels that they believe that everything's created up in ones and zeros, digital coding. If you've seen The Matrix, you've seen that. Well, you've probably seen other things. I know that particular code that runs down is like a Japanese recipe, jumbled up and mixed up, whatever. Anyways, yeah, if you didn't know that, Google that. Anyways, I'm getting binary synchronicities, ones and zeros. So let me give you, I actually had to write this down. I've been keeping like a journal because it's happening so much. I'm like, I don't know binary code by heart, so I got to figure this out. So I had to write this down. So I've been getting things from, now keep in mind, this isn't something like where I say like, example, 11:10 and 11:11, or 10:11 and 10:10. Obviously, I'm not looking at 10 and 10, oh, a minute later, oh, 10:11, oh, that's another one. Nothing like that. These are actual random synchronicities. So 1:01, this doesn't matter, PM or AM, it doesn't matter, you pick it. 11:01, 11:10, 10:10, 10:11, 10:01, 1:10, getting like 1:11, or like 1:01s. I've already said that. I'm getting stuff like that a lot, and there's only one real thing I can just tell you. I've been googling a lot of this, and it doesn't matter. There's just main things I've just been getting, and I don't know what specific divine source of energy creation, whatever this is. I can't pinpoint who, or I'm sorry, what has been telling me this. But it is definitely a matrix type of feeling, a simulation. And you know what? I know I said I was going to do a video about this, so I don't know if I'm just going to just break into it now, but that's really what it is. It's a reminder, a constant reminder to me. And by the way, first of all, let me just stop real quick. Thank you to the divine sources that have been helping me with this binary coding, this digital coding, if you will, the ones and zeros. I greatly appreciate and value it. It's just me as the ego self is having a hard time trying to figure this out, specifically because we like to be told things versus figuring it out, which is actually something that I've realized that's in The Matrix. I think it's like in the second one, where the Meryl Da Vinci, whatever Da Vinci, how they come to go try to figure out with Neo about what's going on, but he hates it when he has to be the one to tell them. That's why he feels like he's so high and mighty, because he already knows the answers, but they have to come to him to find the answers. And it's more like, oh, look at you, kind of thing. You have to come for the answers when I already have them. You guys aren't really that great of it, beings at all. It's like, I've been getting this very well, like just this hint of like binary coding, and it's just a constant reminder that we're living in a simulated type reality, the simulation theory, or the matrix theory, whatever you want to call this thing. And there's definitely a lot of videos out there on YouTube, online, but definitely YouTube. There's some good ones, for sure, about, just look up simulation theory or even matrix theories. If you know anything about me, I've told and shared, even felt guided with my higher self to even share that, if I've been through many different incarnations or carnations on this planet, as well as other planets. So yes, my soul as well as your more than likely your soul as well is from a different planetary system, or even yeah, planetary system, if you will, and you'll slowly start to know about those of you who are indigo star seeds. It's just a label, but still, just for those of you that really care about that stuff, um, it it is real, and I do feel of the simulation theory. And now there's still rules to this, okay? So if you're like, well, what about God? What about aliens? What about whatever, life, death, heaven, hell? This is all still part of the program, everyone. It's still all part of it. And I don't want to say, oh, life is a game, but it's not, because there's people that will take that literally, and they're like, what? This is not a game. This is not funny, blah, blah, blah. When someone dies, they die, and people heartbreak. This is not a game. When you die, you don't get lives back, and you don't get, a cheat code where you can do 50,000 characters. Okay, yes, correct, but there you have to hold on to what that is. When we create games itself, and I hate to use this because once I start naming games, people are like instantly, oh, see, there it is. It's that game that's making people, go crazy, or making people, do this and that. And don't blame it on games. It's people. Okay, it's people. Games are there for your entertainment, whatever you want to choose for them. That's that. But there's other games out there that we've created, The Sims, or even like other games. I mean, any games that has like an avatar player, even Grand Theft Auto. There's ways that you create and that you're a person or whatever it is, your look or whatever you want, and you're going and moving around about. There's other people who are just part of that, code, that they're just there. There's people in your life that you don't meet. Yes, you're not to say that they don't have their own lives going on, but some of them really don't when you talk to them. It's like they just eat, sleep, do what they're told. They go to work, hit autoplay or autopilot, and then they go home, collect their check. They kind of just do this thing all over again. And you start to ask them, hey, what did you do? They're like, nothing. Oh, what did you do this weekend? Nothing. Now, some of them literally had stuff to do, but they just don't want to tell you. I get it. But there's a lot of people out there. Like if you ask them, if they really know them, they can be open. They may literally not do anything. It may just feel like they're just on this autopilot. Like they just have to be doing this or this, live in a certain way. Like there's so much control, and something we've lived with growing up, and they just don't break out of a shell, right? So there are type of constant reminders, and there's other people in this world who feel that, um, let's just say that there's like a 1 in a billion chance that this world that we're living in right now collectively isn't like world one, or this isn't like earth one, this isn't like the main one. There's more probability that there's a multi-dimensional, or like, I guess if you want to say like how like Marvel or other like movies or other, like in the comics, and they talk about multiverse or multi-dimensional place, existence, that that's out there. And and if you want to say that there's more of a higher probability that uh, say the more higher probability that we are not like the start of it, that we're just one of many, and how when you alter a timeline, it just boom, all makes another one, it gets created, another world gets created. When you do certain things outside of what is supposed to happen, boom, another timeline gets created, another path. And I feel that with this type of like matrix or simulation type of theory, or this ones and zeros I've been getting, it's just a constant reminder that we're living in this dimension. And if we're more than likely, it's more than likely that we are not living, like we aren't living in a just us only world. That's the higher probability. That's from people like even Elon Musk. Sorry, I always say Elon Musk is because like the first thing that comes to my mind, and he's the only one that's like really, really relevant that people know about. So obviously I can talk about other people and other physicists or astrophysicists, or even or really any other scientist, if you will, um, that can explain quantum mechanics, quantum physics, quantum entanglement, all that type of things, all that type of jazz. However, I do realize that this is one of those things that's been happening. Now, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to. You don't have to believe in this at all. But if you haven't watched The Matrix recently, and I've watched this movie many of a time, and just to even have that thought, just to even kind of just Witness. Okay. Well, what about this matrix? Well, what about God? What about aliens? Well, they're all part of the code. You can still believe in God. God, well, who created the matrix, right? And which is funny because the matrix has the, excuse me, it has the architect, right? And the I don't want to say the omen. The oracle is like Mother Earth. Neo in a sense is someone like Jesus. To come back to be, someone who's reborn into the Matrix to help free us all, right? And the architect creates everything, right? The oracle is the one who's trying to, let everyone know to kind of switch it up a little bit. Trying to unbalance the balance, right? The our God is trying to balance everything. He's the architect. And it's just when, and then remember when Neo tries to say, well, who created the architect? Well, someone had to create him. But see, that's where that whole Matrix thing happens. That's why we have to be on this type of feeling or this simulation thing. Because like as if you start listening to the Matrix, they don't answer who created the architect. They're saying, well, it's at that perspective. You only can under perceive, if you will. You only can perceive which that you're the vibration of. So, in a sense, we don't have that knowledge or capability yet. Not saying that no one does. It's just most of us do not. We cannot handle this. For whatever reason, if we go crazy or whatnot, we cannot handle this. Our brains cannot even fathom. Maybe we're not even divinely accepted, if you will. I know it sounds like, oh man, we just got basically like, uh, like debunked as a human being. Like, no, it's just, we're not there yet, you know in our divine self, our higher self will understand this. But us right now in this plane of existence, in this realm of this ego self, most of us can't even fathom that. Most of us have probably already scared you, if not, maybe already lost you. And that's okay. That doesn't mean I'm cool and you're not. It doesn't mean anything like that. Okay. It's just, I'm just giving you an alternate perspective of life, alternate perspective of things. And in reality, what I'm giving you is just something that's been coming to me synchronistically lately. I don't know if it's going on with you. And in a sense, this is maybe my way to kind of, in a sense, subtly ask you, have you been getting synchronicities of binary codes or something that's telling you to watch the Matrix, rewatch the Matrix again. Let's talk about Neo. Maybe Keanu Reeves is in your face because he's got other movies, but maybe everything keeps coming back to that. Maybe people keep talking about red pill, blue pill to you. It's like when you had that spirituality red pill, you start falling this rabbit hole of opening your conscious, opening your mind, opening your heart, your brain, and whatever you want to call it, that there's other things in this world besides you, or whatever ego self keeps wanting to tell, or whatever control that was given to you that you want to just burst out because you just would feel like that was the best thing in your life, so everyone else should have this control. I've had this like weird not weird, blessing, spiritual awakening, my Kundalini awakened, my going through this dark night of the soul. I had my third eye opening up again in a realization of enlightenment, knowing that when I came in this world, I was enlightened. I started doing, saying, and acting a certain way. I didn't even know I was acting what I called normal, but other people were looking at me as if like there was something wrong with me. I had no idea. I thought there was something was, and then I realized it's because no one has this. No one had this going on with that. There was something that was like, okay, I realize I am different. I thought, not like saying like, oh, like my child's different, ooh, they're so special. Nothing like that. It was just, I just thought differently. I don't know why. I thought like, well, why is this? Like, I didn't understand racism at all. I'm multicultural, grew up in a Buddhist household, seeing many people love many, women, and people that were different ethnic and races and religions, and I just thought it was always a beautiful thing. I didn't get it. I've had racism happen to me, and I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on. I don't even know why people were afraid of that stuff. And I started realizing people are afraid of what they don't even know. And anyways, so just trying to get back to it, it's like I've started to realize these different things of life. And I'm just trying to open up to you guys and to see, let you know this is what I've been going through. Maybe you guys have been going through it too. Other than that, there are rules, people say with, God and angels and other things is that it's that whole will, it's that whole, you have to ask and you shall receive, it's that whole, maybe if you didn't know people that you've possibly signed what they call a spiritual contract of what, before you incarnate on this earth, what you wanted to experience in life. And I don't want to be that person to tell you what's going on. So please look that up, what a spiritual contract is. And there are videos on people who do a really good job actually literally drawing pictures, of what that's like. Yep. So please, I would say, take a look at those videos, and maybe it might just give you a little bit of perspective. Not saying that you have to believe in this stuff. You don't have to believe in anything I'm saying, but there are rules, just like how a computer's based on rules. Simulation. Everything's based on rules, what you can see, feel. That's why people say that like you only could base off a lot of things of being logical. I was very logical, very, very logical. Right now, I'm still logical. I know obviously recent things I said doesn't sound logical, but I was a very logical person. I was like an analyst for a lot of times. I was, someone that was in the quality assurance. I've always been someone that like, analyze people's work, analyze what people do. I paid attention to this kind of stuff. I kind of pay attention a little too much. And I start to notice these things about everyone, about people, about differences of life. And there are rules that are based on different things what we can of like the what I call the five senses, where we can touch, taste, see, smell, and hear. And usually that's the logical, right? And if you don't, it's not logical, correct? If you believe in God, well, I can't see God, I don't hear God, I don't smell God, he's not coming down here, and so I don't know, I can't believe in him, unless you had that what the people call faith. When I was a kid, I didn't understand that. Was too logical. I'm like, what the fudge? And then I always see movies talking about God's up in the sky and light come down. I'm like, oh, God's light. And I realize, okay, well, maybe God or universe, whatever it is, could be inside us, and it was hard because I always saw that as a kid. I'm like, I was very logical. I'm like, okay, well, I don't get it. And this is my touch, taste, see, smell, and hear. And I'm sorry, it doesn't exist to me, right? It was hard concept. Even doing like history and knowing about our history in the United States, about knowing, in California, knowing about stuff in Washington, D.C., about the monuments. You just read about it, you see the pictures, you know it's there, so okay. But when you physically go there, it's like, wow, blows your mind, right? You start to feel, or those of us who can feel the dark energies, or like as if ooh, something bad happened in this room, like when you walk down the memory lane, you go down memorial, like the wall and stuff, you feel that that sadness, you start feeling history. If you've probably been to the Great Wall of China, you're like, whoa, this thing totally exists, and it blows your mind away, right? It's kind of like the same thing when people happen when they have a spiritual awakening, or the Kundalini awakens, or the realization of enlightenment, or for me, a re-realization of enlightenment. It starts, something sparks in you. You're like, whoa, what is going on? I'm starting to, okay, I understand this now. I understand what's going on. Okay, thank you. And you start to kind of understand synchronicities, and you give into the synchronicities, and you start thanking angels. You start understanding that everyone has a spirit guiding angel. And I can't sit here and explain to you, oh, when people die, well, where's their angel? Where's God? Trust me, I was just like you. I was just like you. I was the type of person that said, God can suck my dick. Jesus Christ is bullshit. I said so many horrible things, because I could not, fathom that thought. I thought that everyone who had Jesus pieces or anything else was full of shit. I'm like, that's crap. Oh, really? Someone's going to kill someone and they have Jesus tattooed all over them and crosses all over them. They can kill someone. They can say a Hail Mary and they're just forgiven. That's bullshit. Fuck that. I hated that. I hated that concept. I started to understand other things of life, understand of my little bubble that, oh, look at me, I have all these answers. This is, I can't, on my five senses, then it's not real to me. Oh, everyone else is stupid. It's all make believe. You see ghosts, it's all make believe. It's all in your head. You're all crazy. Woo, blah, 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 people. And then I started to, have a touching moment with myself. Not that kind of touchy moment, but one of those moments where when that or all that energy came through to me, my awakening, it made me just have that realization, that the world's not about me. Now I know I totally got off tangent what I wanted to say, but just wanted to give you that perspective, that what if, just what if. So I would say watch those movies again, watch that trilogy, The Matrix, watch other things about simulation about other movies in life, which I really want to do a movie or do a video about movies and music. So maybe I might do that next, and about how some of this stuff could actually might be real. So with that being said, Cosmic Surfers, Cosmic Family out there, I love you all. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. If you like my video or like the content I'm providing to you, feel free to give a like if you do like it. If you don't like it, I completely understand. You don't necessarily have to give that thumbs down, but if you do, I totally understand. However, I will say this, I'm just giving you a story. You don't even have to listen to this. And if you already listened to this, it's been about at least 20 minutes right now, that you may have actually probably would have gotten rid of this video within the first 5 minutes. So I just want to say thank you very much for spending this time to share with me as I'm sharing with you along this cosmic journey of my life that I'm sharing with you. Feel free to let me know in the comments section if this does resonate with you. Please let me know. Please let me know if you've actually experienced this type of synchronicities of these ones and zeros, these 10-10s or 1 o'clock or 101s or 11-10s or 10-11s, whatever it is, right? We're seeing this, or it doesn't have to be by clocks, it could be anything. Just let me know. Maybe it'll put perspective of me, and how do you feel about this simulation theory? Maybe, you can say it's bullshit. That's okay too. I get it. I wasn't the type of person that would believe in this kind of stuff. Remember, I was very logical, so I get it. Sometimes in order for spirituality to work, you have to kind of just let go just a little bit of that spirituality. You gotta, or I'm sorry, let go of that control, let go of that logic, that being very logical. You gotta let that go just a little bit, in order for this to kind of happen and kind of take hold of you. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Great wishes, great energy coming your guys' way. Thank you, my friends. Namaste, love and peace. Oyasumi nasai.